Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are here talking about McBee Dynasty, Season 3, Episode 8, What Happens in Vegas. But before we do, I want to ask everyone to please go over to YouTube, hit subscribe, follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, 5-star reviews, and comments. And thank you if you've done it already.
Thank you.
So we start out with the boys arriving in Vegas, but then we see 3 days earlier, Cole and Kacie are packing and Jesse and Allie are packing. So Jesse has made the decision to go to Vegas.
Allie is so happy, you can tell.
Yep. Allie tells Jesse, don't let Cole go into a strip club. That is the instructions that are being given to every male. Cole should not go to a strip club. Okay.
Very clear instructions.
Yes. Kacie tells Cole that she spoke to Steven on the phone for a little bit, so she thinks everything will be fine in Vegas. Then Cole brings up about maybe getting married in Vegas, and Kacie's saying, like, a wedding in Vegas is tacky. Like, she wants to have a real wedding. And Cole said, well, we can have a real wedding. Like, just let's get married in Vegas, and then we'll come back here, and then we'll have a real wedding. Okay, we'll wait and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Steven said that even though last week him and Allie had their first real fight, their real argument, he's glad that she's decided to come to Vegas. And I was like, okay, you mean your first real fight in 2 months? You've been dating 2 months.
Right.
Like, let's just make that clear. We're talking about 2 months, okay? Just want to make that clear.
I love when they show up at Virgin Hotels. Who owns that? Richard Branson?
Yeah, he's Virgin, yeah.
Okay. So I love when they showed up at Virgin Hotels, which was obviously gorgeous. Cole's like, I'm normally looking for an $88 a night room when I go to Vegas. Me too, Cole. I've never been there, but that's what I'll be looking for.
I mean, there's a pool table, there's a pool, there's a sauna, there's a gym, there's a bowling alley.
Yeah, that was a sweet. Because that was a
sweet. And there's 2 suites because Steven and Allie E have their own suite, right? So Steven and Allie E are over at their own suite doing their own thing, but at the cool suite, they start out by shotgunning a beer. And Allie and Steven in their own suite, oh my gosh, she goes into the bathtub.
Cringe.
Those were my exact words. It is so cringe. Steven's like, I'm going to go get us a glass of wine. And we see him walk in with his naked ass. Thank you, but
ass
no,
out.
Thank you. We do not need to see that. No.
I would like to see Jesse's ass. I don't want to see Junior's ass.
No.
Ew. He's just cringy. He's just overall so cringy.
He is so cringy. And by the way, let's just bring this up now because it just came out that Kristen B said that, like, she is done with this. She is tired of her children being dragged by Steven's exes, and she names Allie and Kala, and that they are making Kacie while she's pregnant, dragging her, and they are done.
So we'll see. I mean, it seems like the show's done.
We'll see. I mean, she is Mama McBee, and if she says they're done, I feel like they're done.
I agree.
I will be sad to see it go, but I totally understand as a mom. I would not let my family be dragged like this, especially when we know that financially they're not making enough money to make this happen. I mean, when we saw Allie E's contract, they're not making enough money. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not worth it. And I'm sure we'll see Steven Jr. show up on some other reality TV show. He'll probably be on like House of Villains or something. Because this guy can't get enough of the camera. And he thinks the camera can't get enough of him. But meanwhile, he kind of ruined the show. Bringing these 2 girls on, acting the way he acted. And now these 2 girls are speaking their minds, which I don't agree with them bringing up Kacie. Like that's
Kacie.
You want to say something about Steven
Jr.?
Fine, but
right.
yeah, Kacie should never have been brought.
don't ever bring up Kacie. She had nothing to do with this. And the fact that he is saying that this Vegas trip is going to be a reset on their 2-month relationship, if that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. I mean, this
you
is
need
so
a reset
ridiculous.
after 2 months?
Right.
Girl.
It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So then we see Steve goes over to talk to Kacie about what's been going on. He's like, I've always viewed you 100% like a little sister, which I've always said that. I really feel like that's what their relationship is. And I stand by that. I do stand by that.
Yeah.
They never spoke about what Allie McBee said, and he wants everything to be good moving forward. But
and
when
he
Kacie
thinks
and
it's
her
jealousy. He thinks Allie's jealous that he has
he
this
thinks
relationship.
It's jealousy.
I doubt it.
But listen, I feel like Kacie has never validated that statement. Casey's never said that Allie said that. So I don't know that that has ever been said. Because if Kacie didn't validate that, because she even says at some point, I feel like he's blaming Allie. And I don't know if she's referring to Allie McBee or Allie E, but either way, she has never validated that statement that Allie McBee made that there was something going on between her and Steven. So I'm just going to put that out there because I don't believe it. Honestly, I trust Kacie and I don't trust Steven Jr. I think he's a slime
No,
ball.
I think if anything, maybe he made a pass at her at one point. Steven Jr. made a pass at Kacie. And maybe if Allie McBee said anything, maybe that's what she was talking about. But yeah, we don't even know if she really said that. He should be going to Allie McBee and saying something to her. If he wants to put it out there.
Well, that's just it. That's exactly how I feel about it. If you really think that Allie McBee put that out there, then you go talk to her about it and let her answer for it. Because you're putting these accusations out and Casey's not co-signing them. Casey's not co-signing them. So they're just allegations.
Right.
No. And he said, like, I will have a conversation with her about that. He said, as far as the tallow business goes, I apologize about what I said in my part. And Kacie said, as far as the Allie situation, I don't think I did anything wrong. And I look at you like my brother. And then Steve acknowledges that, remember you talked about this? They lived with Steve when their house was being built.
Yeah.
And we know that. Like they are very close. They live on the farm together.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were living at his house.
I liked when he said what Allie McBee said made things weird. And then in her confessional, Casey's like, our relationship got weird when you wanted to give Allie Eklund 20% of our business.
That's it right there. And that's exactly it. And that's what leads me to believe that the Allie McBee thing never happened. So then the whole crew goes down to dinner. This goes so left. And Jesse sits down on the table and he said, anything that's put in front of me, I'm drinking.
Dude, he was heavily focusing on drinking and getting drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see, and listen, we're watching this on the Valley. And she says it, like sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes alcohol brings out a very negative side of somebody.
Yep.
And we're seeing this unfold again. So now what, people? You going to come at Jesse McBee for this? Like, thank God he doesn't have people on his cast, trying to make him look like a monster.
Right. No, I agree. I totally agree. But he does not look good in this whole situation.
No. But it's just like Danny. He really does look like a douche when he drinks. He just shouldn't 100%. Drink.
He shouldn't drink. He shouldn't drink. And by the way, and this is what I said from the very beginning, he said he didn't want to go. He didn't want this on display. He didn't want this on display because he knows who he is and he knows what his shortfalls are, right?
Right.
But that being said, I will say that I feel like I may have been wrong because after the whole episode plays out, I feel like they may be in a better place.
Yes. Hopefully, yes.
Right?
For sure.
I think they may be in a better place. Yeah. So they're all sitting there, they're drinking. Steve says, after you get back from your Thunder Down Under, you need to see if Cole can outdance them. And Cole said, the women told us that they are going to Thunder Down Under, but we can't go to a strip club. They were like, it's totally different. Like, you guys can go do a burlesque show, and I agree with them. A strip club and Thunder Down Under are two totally different things. These men are on stage. A strip club, these women are physically coming up to you, all of you, Whether you want, like, it's different. Do you agree it's different?
I totally agree. I don't have a problem with either. I am not opposed to a strip club. I will go to a strip club. I'm not opposed to it at all. I do think there's a difference though.
Right.
And the other thing is, I know how my husband has behaved in the past at a strip club. We don't know how these guys have behaved at a strip club. Right. Cole seems to maybe have exhibited some behavior at strip clubs that maybe his fiance is not comfortable with. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I hear what you're saying. Some
guys could just go there and sit and watch. Some guys are a little more engaged in the entertainment.
Right. The temptation is too strong. Right?
And Thunder Down Under, you're not pursuing them. They know whose bachelorette party it is, and it's a fun time. It's, you know, it's a little touchy, but it's pretty much different. All PG.
Yes.
The strip club's 100%. Not PG. Yeah.
No, I totally agree. And they say that Galena's going to meet them at Thunder Down Under, which I think is a little odd, but okay. I mean, Kacie said that, you know, Galena's always been there for her. Like, she is, all right, I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
I feel like they're trying to do Galena a solid by including her in this. Because she's not really getting much airtime. And here Masha is filming. So I feel like they're trying to include her in some things.
Right. No, I think that that's what's happening. And meanwhile, Jesse is being belligerent, being obnoxious. Allie is trying to just kind of ignore it. She's apologized to him. He wasn't accepting her apology. I personally didn't think she needed to apologize to him.
Well, I don't think she did need to apologize to him, but I think she was doing exactly what Nia does. She knew the state he was in, and she knew what she should say, and she knew what she shouldn't say. Although at one point she's like, "You need to eat," and that's when he got mad. But you know, you don't tell a drunk to stop drinking and expect to get a good reaction out of it. I'm sorry, you don't tell someone who is drunk to stop drinking. I'm not calling him a drunk.
No, he's not a drunk. So because Allie E says, "Whoa, Jesse," because he was like, he said to her, "You're pissing me off," and that's when she said, "You need to eat," and he says, I'm drinking. I'm not eating." And you could see the look on Cole's face when Jesse was talking that way to his wife. And Allie then says to him, "Well, then you need to go sleep in their room." He said, No. And he's just being belligerent. And she knows what she knows who she married, and she knows what she needs to do, right?
Right. And she knows what tomorrow's going to bring. And I'm sure tomorrow's going to probably bring an apology from him for behaving the way he behaved.
I agree. After dinner, Steven Jr. and Allie go back to their room, and they're not going to go out. Cole is saying he's going
weird,
out.
Wasn't it?
It's so weird. I mean, the whole thing with those two are so weird. Cole's saying he's going to go out at the bar, but tomorrow night is the night that they're going to be at the bachelor party and the bachelorette party. And then he said, "Well, then Thursday maybe we'll go to the chapel and we'll get married." And Steven Jr. and Allie E are like, "Oh, is this something that's going to happen? Like, I mean, maybe we'll go look for a ring with you at like the cowboy show." But wait, what about your mom? Like, isn't she going to be upset?
I think she is.
I don't think she is. I mean, listen, Cole says like this is not her thing. And, you know, we know now that they did it. They did get married. I think that, first of all, I think Christy knows who her kids are. Like, we know who our children are, right? Cole has said that he loves Kacie with all his heart since he was 18 years old. He is the most sincere person I've seen in a very long time on reality TV. I mean, he leaves the strip club because he doesn't want to hurt her feelings. Immediately when he sees her, he confesses to her to what he did, right? This is a real relationship. And then we see next week when they tell Christy McBee at Summer's first birthday party, shortly after that, she needs to take a pregnancy test. And listen, they don't want to have all these children out of wedlock. She wants to do the right thing, right?
And Cole says, like, we want to get married. My dad's in jail, so we'll just do it, and then we'll have a big wedding when, you know, he's in jail. So, you know.
Right. And he also says, like, when they're at the chapel, this is what I love about Kacie. Like, she's up for anything so long as we're doing it together.
Right.
And I think
love
that
he
that's
said
true.
that. Yeah.
I think that that's true because we've seen that Kacie goes hunting with him. Kacie does. And they've been together since he was 18. Like this is true love. I feel like this is true love. I really do. I do.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
So the next morning, Steve and Allie E go over to the other suite, and they're talking about the wedding in Vegas. Tegan says, "Did you hear Jake pissed his pants?" Jake is not admitting to it.
I love this chick. Like, I love
too.
her.
I do too.
For just saying that. Just
Calling
humiliating her boyfriend on national television.
I do too. So Allie E and Steve are going to go to the Cowboy Christmas for work. And then Kacie and Tegan want to go also because, Kacie wants to see what the trade show booths look like for the tallow for next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
While that's going on, Cole, Jesse, Jake, and Braden are all going to go to the racetrack.
That was very cool. Jesse set that up, right?
Yeah, that was very cool. I didn't realize what was happening at the time, but at the time, Allie McBee was back at the suite decorating it for Kacie.
Yeah, for the bachelorette.
For the bachelorette. So Steven is trying on wedding rings. Kacie is uncertain if she wants to get married in Vegas. Cole's waited so long to get engaged. She wants to marry him, but she doesn't know if this is the way she wants to do it. Kacie feels like no matter how crazy, Galena is, because she's the one who invited Galena, no matter how crazy, she still loves them and cares about them all.
Yeah.
Which, again, we just talked about that. They wanted to give her some airtime, and she's not Masha. And,
right.
And
she loves them. She loves the family. I mean, she did what she did with the father, but, if Christy can get past it, the rest of them will too.
Well, that's the whole
Christy
thing.
is, really a saint. She's the most normal person on reality TV, which is probably why she's making her exit. God bless you,
Exactly.
Christy.
Yes, exactly. So then the boys are laying down the laws for Braden, because this is the first time Braden's been to Vegas with them. And so the number one rule is no communication to the girls. And the number two is to have a good time.
Well, did you see when he says, "No bad moods tonight," and he looks at Jesse, and Jesse repeated what he said, "No bad moods tonight."
I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I felt like that was a little bit of an acknowledgement as to how Jesse acted the night before.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So then Steven Jr. says, "I'm just going to give you some information. I had two women in the car that said to me, if any of you end up in a strip club, it's done. So do with that what you may."
So that's Kacie and Tegan, because Allie McBee was not in that car today.
That's right.
Actually, it could have been Kacie and Allie Eklund, because Steven Jr. doesn't go to the strip club.
Very true.
Maybe, but Jake did. Jake kind of acknowledged that it might have been Tegan. I don't know. Either way, two of them said it.
So the girls look great. They all get into their pink stretch limo.
Mm-hmm.
Allie E is sexting for Allie McBee.
I have to be honest with you. I loved every second of that.
I did too, because I felt like that's what they needed.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed. Yes. And it wasn't anything, it was just,
it was fine.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
So back in the boys' limo, they're giving Jesse a hard time for texting with Allie, but meanwhile, they don't know what's actually going on.
Right.
So then we see the boys are on top of Caesar's Palace, and Jake said, "I just wanted to let you know I made a few calls, and the bus is heading to the Sapphire." And Cole's like, "Is that the strip club?" He's like, "Yeah.
Show is."
It sure is. At the probably exact same time, Kacie sent Cole a picture of her with all the guys and all the girls on their laps. And he's like, "Okay, that means this is my permission to go."
Yes, he totally took that as permission to go to the strip club.
So, right. Jake in his confessional said, "I was strictly told do not take Cole to a strip club, but after I see the Incredible Hulk in a thong in front of the girls and the biggest smiles I've ever seen on their face, you bet your ass we're going to go to the strip club." Okay, Jake. We got it. Jake, you got to do what you got to do. I do too. I like Jake. And I think
Jake and Tegan are very important to this show.
They are, and it's so sad. I feel like we're never going to get to see them go further because I feel like Christy's pulling the plug on it.
I know. I wonder who, so they say Jake is like the fifth McBee. So I wonder who, obviously he's close with all of them now, but I wonder who he was friends with first. It seems like maybe Cole, but I don't know.
This one might get, I feel like it's Cole too. I feel like it's Cole also, but we don't know.
But he's obviously close with all of them and
right.
very involved in the business. That they include him in all of these things.
Right. So the next thing we see is Steven is not going to the strip club. Cole in his confessional said he is 100% whipped, and that's what he wants to be. And he said, Allie told me earlier on, if I go to a strip club in Vegas, we're done. He's like, I'm over 31 years old. I don't need to be in a strip club anyways. All right, Steven, you are whipped.
Yes.
And Allie, I mean, it is what it is.
Yes. I love that Jesse tells Braden as soon as they get into the strip club, stop any naked girl from coming near me. I mean,
and he got himself in the corner. Like he got himself in the corner, blocked in. I love that too. That's exactly what I wrote down too. Yeah. And he's like, I'm not kidding. Like, I'm good. I don't want these girls coming near me. I love that he said that.
Me too.
Jesse said Cole has a little bit of trouble with control and he definitely lives in the moment, which is what we all love about him. And then we do back at Thunder Down Under. Kacie gets brought up on stage and she's sitting on the bed, just getting the best lap dance ever.
Having a good time.
Jesse says to Cole, do you think it's time we head back? And Cole says to the guys, listen, I think it's time we head back.
Well, one of the girls offered to give Cole a lap dance, and Jesse's like, I think it's time to go. Didn't Braden at one point say, it's my bachelor party?
Listen, Braden's single. I love that he would. I will listen. And they said anyone's single. He's like, anyone's single, you guys stay. Like Braden should stay, right?
Yeah.
He said he loves Kacie and he doesn't want to be tempted. So I think it's so interesting that the girls walk out of Thunder Down Under and all of a sudden they see the guys. Like, was it in the same place? It must have been.
I mean, I'm sure. Well, no, I think the club was probably like somewhere off the beaten path, maybe a little bit. But I'm sure production was like, okay, we're going to get you guys back to the hotel. I'm sure production had something to do with that big meetup in the lobby or wherever they were.
So they all meet, right. They all meet up in the lobby and the girls tell the boys that Allie said that she was going to the room to get medicine and she never came back. And Cole's like, well, Steven said the same thing. So Allie's, she got out and Cole said it's very hard to keep a secret from Kacie. And he tells her they did go to the strip club and Kacie's like, I did get pulled up on stage. She's like, I'm glad you had fun. He said the same thing. I love that he wanted to tell her that. Like, it was bothering him.
Immediately.
They are solid. Cole and Kacie are solid.
Yeah. I mean, they both handled it very well. Like, they both handled it really well. And then they decide, like, all right, I loved what he says. She goes, I only saw butts. And Cole's like, me too. And 7 pair of boobs.
7 pair of boobs. I wrote that too. That's so funny.
That was great. And they decide to get married in Vegas tomorrow. I'm still shocked that they did it, but.
Listen, I was last week when they were talking about it, I was so against it. But after I saw this episode, I was so for it for all the right reasons. They're getting married in Vegas for all the right reasons.
Well, especially because when Cole says, like, Blair's going to be so happy that she and her mom have the same last name. Not that Blair even knows, but yeah.
No, but still,
obviously.
Like, listen, they want to have other children and, like, she's pregnant. Like, they've been together for so long. Like, they're going to wait for, they don't know when he's getting out. At that point, they don't know he's getting out in September.
Right.
Especially when you have Steven Jr. like lurking over you, trying to jump you in marriage, right?
Exactly. Fucking weirdo.
I know. So then Jesse said Allie and him worked through some stuff and they had a good night, but he doesn't kiss and tell. Allie said in her confessional she sent a spicy text and she had a spicy night, and hopefully they'll continue that when they get home. I'm here for that.
Very cute. Very happy for them. Very, very happy for them.
Kacie and Cole go to the county clerk's office to get their marriage license. Then she's got to get the wedding dress. Cole's got to get his suit. They've got to get the rings. Okay, that all happens, right? They're at the wedding chapel. Cole is at the altar, and everyone's sitting, in the audience. And he says, as he's waiting for Kacie to come out, he said, "There's nobody I'd rather do this with than this group right here. Like, well, except for my mom and my dad, but he's in jail."
That was great.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yep. And then Kacie drives in the pink Cadillac with Elvis driving.
I still can't believe they did this.
I love this. Elvis gets out, and honestly, before I didn't love it, but now I love it. Elvis gets out of the pink Cadillac and hands Kacie over to Cole, and then goes on to marry Kacie and Cole. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
It was great.
It was perfect.
I kept waiting for them to say it was fake and that they didn't really get married. I kept waiting for it. But it was real. It was real. Good for them.
It was real. So after it happens, Steve's toasts them, and Blair is going to be excited that they have the same last name, and they got married on 12/11/25. That's their wedding date. And the next week we see them, they're going to tell Mama McBee that they got married in Vegas. They tell them at Blair's birthday. And then we see that they receive a letter from the bank about something about the loan on the property at Cole's house. And Steve says, long distance relationships don't work, so he's probably going to move to Texas.
Yeah. See ya.
Yeah.
And Jesse, in this episode, said that hopefully he and Allie can continue this momentum between them, and I think they will. So I really loved that part for them, that they
I do too
work that out.
I do too. I want happiness for Jesse and Allie. I want happiness for Kacie and Cole. Steven can go crawl in his hole and do whatever it is he wants to do, because I think he's a giant douche. I don't like to say that word.
So gross. I know.
I just don't like anything about him. He really is.
I know. And I mean, honestly, they wouldn't be having all these issues if it weren't for him bringing on these women.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, it's not I don't, like we said earlier, we don't like how they're talking about Kacie, but these women were brought on the show by Steven. He sought them out. Well, I guess Callie he met on that other reality TV show he was on. He's bringing on these women who they're clout chasers. That's what they are. It's not like they're not working. I mean, Allie's obviously working. She's got a lot of brand deals, but they're looking to get famous for being on reality TV. And this is who he wants. It's not going to stop.
I hate to use this word, but I feel like Steven Jr. is a predator. I feel like he's a predator. I feel like he is looking for someone who can be his arm candy and he can control. And yes. I think that's
I don't think he has any intentions of settling down and getting married and having kids. I think he says that to appeal to certain people, but I don't think, listen, I think this was a business arrangement between he and Allie Eklund. At some point, this became a business transaction.
I think he's jealous.
Which is why she was grinding up on somebody at an after party, because they weren't really together.
Yeah. I think he's totally jealous of his brothers because he's the oldest and they're younger and they're more established, and he feels like he's behind the 8 ball.
But also, I don't know if he really wants what they have. I really think he just wants to be famous. And he's so jealous of Galena because she's getting invited to these Bravo things and he's not.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I'm going to be sad if this ends, because I really would like to see the journey of the rest of the family. Not really interested in Steven Jr. or Masha or even Galena, but Jesse, Allie McBee, Kacie McBee, Cole McBee, Jake Teagan. I'll go on the journey with them. I would love to go on the journey with them.
And I think the thing is that, we know from the
Tessa. We love Tessa.
We love Tessa.
Right?
We see what kind of comments we get on our posts. So they're on such a bigger scale. They're getting harsh criticism, very public, which you can handle. But when people are, accusing you of getting pregnant with somebody else's child and having an abortion, like these are outlandish things to say about people, defamatory, cruel.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's when you got to be like, okay, is this really worth it? Like, you can call me a drunk, you can call me an old hag, you can tell me to cut my hair. But the other
Right.
stuff is like it's cruel.
No, I agree with you 100%. It is cruel. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, we're going to continue to cover it as long as it's on, but
Yeah.
if we don't get it next season, it's going to be what it is. But I do enjoy the show. Not a fan of Steven Jr., not a fan of Steven Sr. or Masha or even Galena, to be quite honest with you. But the rest of them I do like.
Me too. And I don't mind Galena. As long as Christy's okay with Galena, I'm okay with Galena. I got Christy's back on that.
Mind Galena, but I think she's phony. I do think she's still phony.
Well, I think she too has got a little taste of fame and is going to harness that. She's going to nurture that.
Yeah.
I don't think she's thinking about the car washes anymore.
I think I'm very curious to see what happens come September 11th when Steven Sr. gets out of prison and when it's probably time to film. Christy says she's out, but let's see what Steven Sr. says. Right?
Right.
Let's see what Steven Sr. says because Christy wasn't in the first season. Right. So there could still be another season and Christy won't be in it. Yeah. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I'm here for it either way.
Yeah. Yeah. I just hope for the best for all of them.
No, I do too.
But it was a good episode. I still can't believe they got married in Vegas, but good for them.
I know. Thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.